What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to use the wireless remote with your HTS820. Now another thing to keep in mind is that you can control many of the features for your home theater setup by using the included remote here. So let's break down what everything does here on the remote. So on the top we have this power button here, and this won't turn off the system, but it will set it to a standby mode. So if I turn it off, you'll see that the volume goes all the way down and it's set to standby mode. And then as we turn it back on, you'll see the volume coming back up. Our Bluetooth device has reconnected just like that. And now we can use the system again. Next to that, we have the input button to switch the sound source for our system. So let's say we have multiple different items plugged into the different inputs on the back of the sub, and we want to hear the HDMI source. We're gonna click this input button until the display on the front of our subwoofer reads ARC. We also have a mute button to mute the whole system. Underneath, we have the save button to save radio stations if we're using the FM radio. Next, we have the sleep buttons here, and we can use this to set up a time for our system to go to sleep if there's no music playing through. So for example, if I set this to 10, then after 10 minutes, the whole system will go into standby mode so we can save some power. Next, we have the 5.1 and the 2.1 switch to switch our system between the 5.1 surround sound mode or the 2.1 stereo mode. Next, we have some music playback buttons here. So we have the Tune Plus and Tune Minus to switch to different radio stations with the FM radio. We have the skip forward and previous buttons here, and these can also be used to switch between different channels. We also have the pause and play button to pause or play our music if we're using a USB, SD, or Bluetooth device. And we can also use this as the auto button to automatically switch to an FM radio station if we're using the FM radio. Next, we have independent volume control for each speaker in our surround sound, which is really cool. So for example, we have the FR, minus, and plus. So if we felt like the front right speaker was a bit too loud, we can just use these to adjust the volume for that speaker alone. Same thing goes for the front left plus and minus. So if we want to adjust that speaker, we can do that. We also have the same controls for our center speaker right here in the middle. And we have the same control for our subwoofer right here. On the right, we have the overall volume button to control the overall volume for our system. And underneath, we have the volume control for the surround sound right and the surround sound left speaker. We also have the number pad here, so we can go to a specific track on our USB drive. And this can also be used to go to our favorited stations. For our FM radio, we have a repeat and a reset button. Next, we have the microphone volume buttons, which we can use to adjust the volume of our microphone if we have that plugged in. And then we can also give our microphones an echo effect by using these echo buttons over here. Now, if we don't have a microphone plugged in, we can use the echo button to adjust the brightness of our LED display. So check this out. If I pressed echo minus, or brightness minus in this case, you'll see that the display is a little less bright. And then we can also use the microphone volumes to switch between different EQ presets. Again, you can only use these controls for the brightness of the LED or the EQ if you don't have any microphones plugged in. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to use the remote with your HTS820. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.